destroyed that building and had hurled massive chunks of debris into the one in which they met with the Afghans. Walls and parts of the roof collapsed on them even before they were aware of the concussive wave of sound and fury rolling over them. He had seen men picked up and thrown through the air as if swatted by an invisible giant, their bodies pulverized by flying debris, even as he had been thrown down. Ears ringing, thoughts swirling. It took him moments to crawl up from the dirt and stand again. He was dazed, covered from head to foot in dust, but otherwise unhurt. Miraculously, he had survived where so many others hadn't. Through the choking cloud of debris, a hole in the wall offered an escape, and he staggered towards it. Beyond it, a curtain of fire raged, and he backed away from the furnace heat that washed over him, throwing his arms over his face. He was retreating like that when the second missile struck, and the remainder of the ceiling thundered down on him, forcing his sensations into that foggy void. His arms were still before his face, but their strength wasn't what had spared him from being pulped. Other chunks of debris he'd fallen amongst helped prop up the crushing weight of the slab. Yet he was still trapped and had no hope of dragging himself free. The slab promised to be his final marker. Another missile struck towards the rear of the compound. The flash lit up the smoke that wreathed around him, and he felt the concussive force of the detonation almost instantaneously, the concrete on top of him thrumming like the skin of a drum, casting down grit and dust in his eyes. The corresponding boom compressed his eardrums. He screamed again, but it escaped his constricted chest as a plaintive wheeze. "Elbek!" a voice responded, speaking in Russian. "Is that you? Where are you, Elbek?" Elbek was one of his Chechen partners. Elbek was dead. He could see the man's crushed face a few feet away, his body mashed under more fallen concrete. He could smell Elbek's blood and his voided bowel. "It's me," he croaked. "Where's Elbek?" The voice had switched to English for his sake. "He's gone. Please, you have to help me." Rocks clattered, and a figure loomed alongside him, crawling on hands and knees. He peered into the face of the man that would decide his future. The Chechen's face was streaked with dirt, and blood trickled down his cheek. His sharp eyes played over him and then slipped away. He had been disregarded. The Chechen began to crawl away, to claw at rocks to help him stand. "Please," he said, "don't leave me here like this." He would die beneath the rubble, choked or burnt to death. Should he survive, he faced execution by the Taliban, for in their minds who else could have guided the US missiles to their stronghold, or capture and imprisonment by the US forces, who would deem him a traitor and enemy combatant. "There's nothing I can do for you," the Chechen rasped, "except give you a swift death." The Chechen had returned to his side, this time standing over him with an assault rifle hanging down by his side. "No," he pleaded. "Please, I don't want to die like this." "I don't see any other way for you." "I'm trapped, yes, but you can get me free." "What's in it for me? I've wasted enough time here as it is." The Chechen wasn't only talking about his need to flee before the US troops arrived to sweep the compound of survivors. He was angered that his deal with the Taliban and the riches it promised him was at an end. There was little to profit him in dragging another mercenary from the wreckage. He strained against the rubble. It sank a fraction lower. "Ask anything of me, and I'll do it." "I need to go." The Chechen snorted and turned aside, not even bothering with delivering a mercy killing. "Wait!" If he could, he would have lifted beseeching hands to the Chechen. "Help me! Save my life! Do that, and I swear to you, I'll do the same for you 1,000 times. Please get me out of here, and I'll do anything you want. Anything.